Hello, hello. Today we have something big. If you've seen a video about my makeup collection before, you would know that I purchased, I'm trying to show off as best as I can based off the usual angle I do my videos, but I purchased the PR package for the Glamlite Coca-Cola collab because I am a Coca-Cola girl. I really do love the aesthetic and the history of Coca-Cola. I'm just one of those old people. I just thought this box was just so pretty, and this was probably the biggest, if not one of the only purchases I made at full price. I bought the PR package, yes, at full price. I'll have those receipts down below because I don't remember what I spent, but I just knew, I looked at this and I was like, that is so freaking cool. I love this PR packaging for the Coca-Cola Glamlite. So all the stuff's going to be in here. I've taken it out for this video. We'll see what it looks like at the end. But I just wanted to show you the box because part of buying the PR package, I bought the PR package, is that you get this really cool box to have all your items in. So this is the box that all the items came in. And I'm going to set that to the side for now. And now we're going to talk about what was in that box. And in that box we had two makeup palettes. We had the Cherry Coke palette, and then we had like the original classic Coke palette. So we have two palettes, and then it came with a glow highlighter, which is a bottle cap. So you can totally see the shape of the Coke can. We got the cap of a glass bottle, you know, the glass bottle caps. And then it also came with two kits. What do we call them here? Yeah, lip gloss sets. We got a cherry lip gloss set and the original taste lip gloss set. I think we're going to start off with, I was trying to figure out how to do this, and I think I'm going to do it in a ranking of products I like the most, the products I like the least, because by now you cannot buy this collection anymore through the Glamlite website. So if you find any pieces of this collection, you're going to have either bought it off Mercari or Poshmark, or you're going to have to find it at like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross. Those are the only places you'll be able to find them now at this point, because it's 2026 and they're not selling it on the website anymore. This collection came out in December of 2024, so this was their like end of the year holiday collection kind of. And if you remember, there was kind of some drama about this, because for a while we were told that this collection would only come out on TikTok, and we weren't sure when it was going to be available on the website. And if it was only going to come out on TikTok, I was not going to buy it. I was not going to be available for it. I don't have a TikTok. I'm not interested in downloading TikTok. I will not be making a TikTok. There was a little bit of drama with that, but I guess it was because, from what we can deduct, because I don't think Ms. Gal has ever come out to say anything, but was Giselle, I think her name is Giselle, who is the CEO of Glamlite, had alluded to a brand that was very difficult to work with. And from what the community has deduced, we believe it is this Coca-Cola collection that was really incredibly hard to make and work with the Coca-Cola people, because as you know, Coca-Cola is just, it's so legendary, it's so iconic. And apparently it was, we believe, and she said this, the most expensive like IP that they had to invest in, buy, so they could use the, you know, the name of it, the face of it, to create this collection. So it was the most expensive one, and then it was very hard to work with them. It sounded like they had approved some items and then had come back and said, you know what, we don't like that, you have to do it again. And that's why there was such a delay on this collection. And I'm kind of confused what they may have ended up delaying this for, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about the best product in here. I think if you're going to find anything from this collection, I really, really loved the Cherry Coke palette. Let's talk about her. Let's talk about her. I want to talk about her. Okay, this is, I think, my favorite product from this collection, the Cherry Coke palette. I did not think it would be this, but I think, I know they came out with this collection during December 2024. I think they could have waited. I mean, I don't think they could have waited, but it would have been smart, I feel like, to have waited maybe until January to release this as a February Valentine's Day kind of collection, because it's very red and it's very pink. And I guess maybe they were trying to bump up the nostalgia of, you know, Coke during Christmas time, the nostalgia of it. But this one was my favorite one. And these don't come with any boxes or anything, because they're just placed directly into that PR box. And I didn't realize until I looked at, I was watching some videos of other people reviewing these palettes. I didn't realize how cute the individual packaging is. So I think if I ever see these individually packaged out at my TJ Maxx or something, I'm probably going to grab it because they looked so cute. But this is my favorite one. This is the Cherry Coca-Cola. It says Coca-Cola Flavors 8 Shades palette. You know, all that info in the back. And there is a small mirror in here that we need to find something to cover it up with. So there is a mirror in here in both the palettes. We're going to cover her up for now. And then you have this plastic piece in here, and the shades are numbered, not named. It would have been kind of smart, I feel like, to have named them. But we're going to move that off. And this is the color story for the Cherry Coke palette. I just did a review of the Jeffree Star Lollipop Killer, and it's kind of giving that. I think if you still wanted that Jeffree Star palette, if you ever see this palette, I think this would be a pretty good dupe, because the shades in here are just awesome. I mean, honestly, for both palettes, the matte shades are incredibly pigmented, easy to work with, very blendable. A little goes a long way. They are pigments, so again, heads up, just like I did in that video, and it's not exclusive to Jeffree Star and it's not exclusive to Glamlite palettes, but when you're working with pigments, they can stain your eyes and they can irritate your eyes because it's a very strong pigment. You can see the Coca-Cola branding in there. I love that. I think that is so awesome. I think it's so cute. I really love the looks that I created with this palette. It was just giving just like super duper Valentine's Day, February pinks, these berry shades, so pretty. I think all these shades worked with each other very well. I like this idea of, if I flip it this way, I feel like when I look at this, I see two different looks, right? Like two very simplified looks. I see these four and these four. I see them in quads. So we have a quad over here and a quad over here. And this quad over here is very daytime to me. It's a daytime kind of look, and that's what I did. So I did one look over here with that, and then one over here with this quad over here. And it really did feel like a night and day kind of palette. So here's over here my day look, and here's my night look, darker shades for the nighttime. It came out so freaking pretty. I really loved these shades. I think they were both really pretty. I think I'm going to stick to swatching these four over here just because they are super pigmented and I'm not trying to super stain my skin, but I'm going to go in first with these shades over here, and I'm trying not to, I don't want to erase the stencil. I think it's so cool and pretty, and you can see how pigmented they are. It also kind of reminds me, you may not need this palette if you already have the Juvia's Place Berries palette, because these are just berries, I mean, ultimately. But I really like these. That's a really bad swatch, but I wasn't trying to dig that deep into it. But I promise on the eye they look so much better. My swatches were just poopy because I was trying not to go so hard into the pan. I really don't want, like you can tell, like this is gonna stain my skin. So I'm trying not to do that, but really pretty berries, and it's like purples and the pinks with the red, the raspberry. It's a really pretty palette. This was my favorite of the two palettes. Then I'm just going to swatch these, and I think both palettes had this issue with the shimmers. The shimmers weren't the best. The stars of these two palettes definitely are the matte shades, but the shimmers are very crumbly, very crumbly. So some people may want to use like a shimmer glue or something. I didn't, but they are very crumbly. This one's more of a metallic. Very pretty. And then this other one is more of a topper, so you're not going to see it that well. That's why it works so well as a day look, because the shimmer is just so pretty and light. So there's that first palette. This is the first one that I really like. This is the one I recommend, especially for Valentine's Day. That's going to be so pretty. So we're going to close her up. We're going to move to the next item. So the next item is not the other palette. It's this lip gloss set specifically. I liked the lip gloss set more in the original taste can. So if you pop this off, and it does have that, it looks like almost like a real can, but we're going to pop this off and it's got some foam in there. And we're going to pull out the three shades in here. Put that back in. And they don't have names either. There's no names on them. It's just the shades. and it says Coca-Cola. It doesn't even say Glamlite on them. Like, I don't know what Coca-Cola did, but they really ran them through the ringer, you know what I'm saying? And we have kind of like a light, medium, and dark brown shade. We have this gloss that kind of just ends up showing up as a clear base, and then we have these two, which are also very similar, but if you turn them around a little, you can see this is more of a reddish shade. This is more of like an orangey brown. This also has a gold shimmer in it, and this one has a red shimmer in it. So very close in color, but different, still different. So we're gonna do some quick swatches on this, even though you're not gonna see much. I kind of want to also put some on my lips. They do feel good. If I haven't said it already, I don't remember. There's no scent on these. I kind of wish they had a scent. I think I'm gonna do it over here, just because it is so light, you're not even gonna see it. Like, but I like the shades of these a lot better than I do the pinky shades from the other one. I feel like I reached for these more than I did in the other can. And the color is very light, and it's kind of the shades I think some people want as like toppers when they're just using the like lip liners, and they just put this on top. So that one was the one with the gold shimmer on it. This is the one with the red shimmer in it. I think there is a difference. Where should I put this? Right here? Yeah, that one's a lot deeper, you can tell. You can definitely see that kind of light to dark. This one definitely has a darker tint on it, but it's not crazy, you know what I'm saying? It gives you a light, slight tint on your lips, but it's not bad. So this is my favorite one of that, and it's just like a simple, it's not sticky, it's not crazy, it's just a really good standard lip collection, and I preferred the colors in this one. So we have this last one, not the last one, but this is the only one in here like this. There's two palettes, two lip collections, but there's only one glow highlighter, and this is the bottle cap, and it's really pretty. On the back, it says, refresh your look throughout the day. Our Coca-Cola Glamlite Pressed Powder is the ultimate pressed powder for a gorgeous and radiant glow. And it says Coca-Cola Coke, the contour bottle design. I guess you're supposed to lift it if you want to see the ingredients, but there's no ingredients on this, so. But if we open it up, there is a mirror in there. And it says Glamlite on the top, but otherwise that's it. So there is a mirror in there, and this is what the shade looks like. It is a white shade, and it has a reddish pink kind of shift, and you can see where I've been dipping into my shade for the past week, but I thought this was just okay. I wasn't totally in love with it. I like the shade, I like the color. Here's the thing, I like the color. That's the thing where I'm kind of like meh on it. I like the color, but this is more of a sparkly highlighter. If you like a sparkly highlighter, you're gonna like this. But I'm not too into sparkly highlighters. I like more metallic ones, I've learned. So, ooh. While I do think this is pretty, and I'm gonna be keeping it, I don't love the shimmer 100%, and this feels more like a fun moment than something I would reach for on the daily. Just personally, I had a duplicate in a mystery box I had ordered over a year ago, and I ended up giving my duplicate highlighter shade to a friend of a friend, and she loves this highlighter. She absolutely loves this highlighter. She uses the highlighter as eyeshadow, as actual highlighter, and right above her Cupid's bow, sometimes on her lips. She loves this highlighter so much, and I love that for her. She absolutely loves it. So if you're the kind of person who does not mind a super sparkly highlighter, you're gonna love this too, I think. Just for me, the sparkle in the highlighter doesn't completely do it for me, but I don't hate it either. I think it's a good sparkly highlighter. It's just the sparkliness of it that kind of makes me think, yeah, it's alright, but I don't love it. And then in fourth place, we have the Cherry Coca-Cola Lip Gloss Set. And it's kind of a similar thing with the glow highlighter. It's alright. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I just don't specifically have an incredible love for these shades. That's kind of just it. I just flipped it. That's pretty much it. I just don't have a super love for it, but it's the same kind of formula, same kind of vibe. I think it kind of goes like this. And I don't know, I'm looking at this now. I don't think I used this shade a lot. Why is there so much less product in this than in these other ones? I feel like I didn't get as much product in this as I did in the other ones, which has been something that's been brought up before. But I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because I have so much makeup product and I am a makeup collector. I feel like I did reach for this one, definitely more than once, but I don't feel like I reached enough for it to be that much of a difference. But I guess, okay, well, this is what we have, and this is a really pretty pink. I do like this. This is a pretty pink. Let's put it, I guess let's just keep going over here. You're not going to be able to see much, but it has a light pink shimmer with a light, like, pink sparkles in it. And it's just very light. Again, these are all just shades that would work so well with a lip liner underneath. And maybe that's what they created it for, but this one has a lot more color. More of a strawberry. Definitely see that one a lot more. These aren't scented either. I like how the caps are different colored though, so you know that this belongs in here. Then we have this shade, and these don't have names either. So there's like two quote-unquote matte non-sparkly shades, one in each can, and then two sparkly lip glosses in each can. And this one actually has a bit of color. It's a little bit more orange leaning. That one's really pretty. I just like a little bit more of a nude vibe from that first can. Lastly, in 5th place, we have the Original Taste Coca-Cola palette, and we have all that information in the back as well, just like in the other one. And I think this one was probably the biggest letdown out of the 5 products, even though I still believe this whole collection is like super Valentine's Day, February coded. This one, I was hoping to be a little bit more of a sexy Valentine's Day night kind of vibe. Because if you're going to do fully day and night, that pink palette is totally a day palette. And then this, I was hoping to be almost like a fully night palette. But otherwise, you could do the same thing. You could split it up. You could do a day look over here and a night look over here. And we have red, browns, and black with some silver. This color story is totally a Coca-Cola color story, like the other one. There's a mirror in there. We're gonna cover that up though. But and it's partly my fault. This black shade over here, super duper intense. Insanely intense, and it completely overtook the look and kind of ruined the look, because I honestly was not, I thought I had dipped into it just a little bit, and it did not matter. The black completely overtook my look, and I was sad about it. I kind of wish they would not have used this black. I wish they would have done just a very dark brown to complement these other two kind of brown shades that we have over here. I think that would have worked a lot better. I feel like this brown shimmer was kind of weak. Same with the black shimmer, that felt kind of weak. And all of the shades are crumbly. All the shimmer shades are crumbly. The matte shades are still good, but I just wish there was a little more. I don't like how they have a matte red and a shimmer red in here. I feel like they could have done a little bit more variety. Like we have white over here. They could have done a white shimmer. A white shimmer would have been nice, because then the white shimmer could also go with this silver that they have over here. I just think the color story could have been done differently, and then it doesn't help when your shimmers also aren't 100% the best. Like, they're okay, they're workable, but they could have been better, especially when Coca-Cola is involved. And the matte shade's all super pigmented, so of course the red's gonna end up staining in this. But let's do the swatches. I think I'm gonna swatch just these 4 in the middle, because these are so dark and the reds are gonna stain, and I'm not trying to get more staining. But these 2 browns right here, they are very pretty. I think these 2 middle matte shades in here are probably my favorite. I thought they were really pretty. Let's see if we can get that in there. Okay, probably my favorite. It's very natural kind of color. And again, I'm sorry for the poopy swatches, but I'm trying not to erase the Coca-Cola name in the shades, but hopefully that's not too bad. How pretty. I really like those shades. And then I'm going to do I think these 2 here in the middle, those 2 metallic shades. very soft. Ooh. Maybe they need to be applied with a finger. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't try that. That looks really good now that I swatched them with a finger. Hold on. I'm gonna try them again. Let's see. Maybe it needs a finger application. I feel like that does look a lot better. Especially for the silver. The silver looks so much better. Okay. I'm gonna dip in here again. I think these would be helped with a finger application, I guess. Now that I've just tried them again. Okay. And then we have this brown, which kind of gives us nothing. Like, why do we need... Okay, we have a matte red, sparkly red, matte brown, sparkly brown, matte black, sparkly black. Why? I feel like they could have done way more range with the palette. I think that's my main complaint, because the formula is pretty much or less the same. They could have done so much better with this original. The original one should have been the best. This should have been my #1, because it's the original Coke. I love Coke. Let me know down below what y'all think of this collection. I am, of course, going to keep it, because I am not giving my PR box away. I spent so much money on this PR box. I really do like the PR box. I like how it looks like a little, almost old-fashioned fridge. I think it's really cute. This was a really cute little fun in addition to my Valentine's Day themed palettes. It's very simple. Highlighter, eyeshadow, lip glosses. I do like that. Like I said, if I find these out somewhere out in the wild, for the palettes at least I think, I would love to have them in the individual packaging just to have it. But let me know your thoughts of this collection a year later down below. Y'all have a great day.